Greetings from Koka City in Shiga Prefecture in Japan. My purpose today is to cycle along Route 307, a major inter-prefectural road in this region. Beginning here at Koka City, cycling through to the Amashiro-Ohashi Bridge in Kyotanabe, distance of about 30 kilometres. The plan is not to actually bike along the entire length of the road. The plan is to experience the other roads lead off or run parallel to 307 and see what lies alongside them. So let's go and take a look. We're not quite a kilometre in, and I come across this pottery works. Just let me explain to you, I'm in an area known as Shigaraki. The area is famous for its pottery and ceramics. In the town itself there are dozens of pottery makers and shops selling. These characters are known as a raccoon dog. And you place them outside your house as a form of welcome. Interesting thing is that the importance of these depends on the size of the testicles. These little wee things in between their legs. Now you can see this guy up here. Now, he's very important. What would be without one of the 7 gods of fortune. Well, I shall farewell my ceramic friends and get back on the road again. Two kilometres in, and my first detour off route 307 in the village of Shigaraki-cho, Kamisamiya. and the sort of an off-road, it's off the off-road, it's off Route 307. Didn't understand that, and I've just come across this. This is a restaurant in Kaipin. I'm going to have to put this on my must visit list. What you hear in the background is the staff rehearsing their day's greetings. This is quite a common thing in restaurants and other shops. 5 minutes away from opening up. Isn't it beautiful? Only in Japan. Welcome to Sanshou Jinja Shrine. This looks quite a large complex. You can hear someone's happy. Purification fountain. Quite an unusual complex this, with the many different stages here. On that side and this side here. Be worth finding some information on this. Back on the road again, well, lane so to say, across this nice, well, ice, I mean, and abandoned little shed. To give you an idea where I am, look, I'm still in this little village just outside Shigaraki. There's one of the little roads that go through, but in the distance you can see 307. The rice in the early stages of planting, and in the distance some tea. This is a very common farming in this area, not just the rice, I mean, but the tea. It's everywhere you go. Okay, I've reached another junction. I've pass through the villages of Kamishamir and Shimawasamir, and I've had about 2 kilometres on 307 before reaching this junction. Now, about 10 years ago, the original Route 307 came through here after winding its way through those hills over there. I remember the road, very windy. Then they built the tunnel and the bypass, which has saved that. But I'm hoping this road is still accessible. Let's go and have a look. Well, they're very scenic through there. I mean, any forest is. I can remember feeling a bit squirmish though, with all the tight bends that we had to go through to get there. But I've reached the end now, where it rejoins back at 307 down the bottom there. Now, my track, but I'm going to continue on up here, and there is a little bridge that crosses over 307 and goes through another town. Got another junction and another little wee track. Interesting little Inari ginger here, determined by the foxes. Now, I'm not quite sure of the name of this shrine. It's either Yuki Ginger or Sachi Ginger. I'm passing through the settlement of Kyotanabe. You can imagine all those years ago, 307 coming through here. All those heavy trucks and cars. You can actually still hear it in the distance. I go under the road and I take the track leading up into that valley, and I disappear from 307 for about 10 kilometres as I go bush. Okay, let's say farewell to the settlement of Kyotanabe, and I'll just show you here is the belfry in temple. Quite an interesting complex. From here I head up into the trees, go in a loop and do some real off-country, off-road cycling. Yeah! Japanese rural scenery. I love it. Look at this old dilapidated building. Of course the Jizo. I'm about to go bush. Track gets a bit rough from here, but I go up into there. Okay, I think it's time for a little bit of walking from here. So the rain we've had over the last week, a lot of that's been washed out. Need to be careful. But as I always say, what goes up must come down. Well, that's my theory anyway. Oh. After all the cycling over the last, 5 hours, you have to get on by foot and lug your bike up a track. Oh, but this little plateau, interesting. Come across Jizo here in the middle of this forest. Incredible. Love this. Why do we destroy this? Why do we disregard it? Show no appreciation for it. Hey? Beautiful and green. And lush and hot. I've reached the junction. Down here is the village or settlement of Kyotanabe. I think by now we're in Kyoto Prefecture, the town of Uchitabara. There's a lot of hiking courses through this area. You can see by this map. I don't think that particular track goes anywhere. Isn't there? Since the last time I've been here, the chainsaws have been through. Disappointing. Well, I've exited the bush in my little thrill seek for the day. Back onto Sealed Road. I'm here on the outskirts of the settlement of Kyotanabe, the Chalsomyo Ginger Shrine. May look a fairly old complex, but it's not. It's only coming up 60 years. Built in the same year I was born, 1953. I've got a more detailed video that I'll attach to this. But there's a really nice walk up into the bush here. It's called the Pilgrimage of Prayer. And across the road from the shrine is the sort of the museum, or the birthplace, of Nagatani Soen. He's very famous in this area. His fame is derived from a sort of a technique of processing tea. But the family still reside in this area. I shall bid farewell to the settlement of Kyotanabe. Another junction and another destination, this time up here. Route 307, a little bit close to it after going in the opposite direction, is way over in the distance. We're about to head away from it once more. Okay, well, we sort of re-entered the Route 307, albeit for about 100 metres, and turned off, coming round the back inland of the town of Utitawara. I'm on a road, this is called Route 62. It's also part of the Tokaido Road. It's come through Kyoto, Uji. It comes through here before disappearing into those hills in the distance, and up over there over a hill called Jubu-san, or Mount Jubu, before descending into the town of Wazuka, and so on and so on and so on. I tell you, she's getting hot, stinking hot. I must keep on the move. I'm at the junction of Route 62 and 307. Oh dear, you missed this. Oh, you don't. I'm on the outskirts of the town of Utitawara, and I head down there to the town of Ida. Now the road down there may look nice and wide and sealed. Just down the bottom, where that truck is turning, it's a very different story. It's very narrow, and there's not much space, or not much room for error. So without further ado, I'm going to go. Welcome to Yamashiro Ahashi Bridge in the town of Kyotanabe, Kyoto Prefecture. I'm here at the end of this trip. As you can see, I'm at the Kisagawa River. "31 kilometres, and about 3.5 hours ago I left Koka city, the junction of route number 5. Along the way I have seen some great scenery. Now I've got about another 12 kilometres to get home. This is the Kisagawa River Cycleway. It's all the way to Osaka, Kyoto, Urashiyama, you name it. Okay, I'm waffling on. I'm going to say goodbye. It's hot and I'm hungry. So bye bye.